Now we have touched on freezing and thawing in previous examples throughout the course. What we're going to look at though is freezing and thawing in a bit more detail. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to deliberately freeze a couple of the layers in our drawing. Now we're sticking with our polyline, our line and our circle as per the layers that we set up in other exercises. Now let's have a look at what we're going to do here. We're going to freeze a couple of the layers. Now, when you freeze your layers, they are considered when you regenerate the drawing. So let's have a look at a little trick we can do here. I'm going to freeze the line and the circle layers. Now, because lines is my current layer, I can't freeze a layer that is current. So I'm going to change the current layer using the layer pull down to polylines by clicking on the word polylines there in the layer pull down. So polylines is now the current layer. I click on the layer pull down again and I'm going to freeze circles and lines. So when I click on those sun symbols there, they turn to snowflakes, and as you can see they've disappeared off the drawing. So I'll click back in the drawing now. Now those objects are still there in the drawing database, they're just not being displayed. Now, this is where it gets a bit clever. I'm going to go to the Layer Properties Manager here in the Layers panel, and I'm going to change the colors of the frozen layers. So I'm going to change the circles to red, like so, and I'll OK that. Now that has updated even though that layer is frozen. I'm going to change the line there to a different color as well. I'm going to give that a cyan color, that bluey, pale blue there. So they've changed. So when I close the Layer Properties Manager now, what I'm going to do is do a regen. Now the quickest way to do a regen is to type R-E-G-E-N. That regenerates the drawing without having to save it. You can also do a quick save by clicking on the save command in AutoCAD. But you might not want to do that. So regen just regens really quickly, press enter. That has regenerated the drawing. You can see that down here, regenerating model on the command line. Now, watch what happens when I thaw those layers out. If I click down here and thaw those layers out now, 1, 2, they come in with the new layer colors, as you can see. So when I click in there, freezing and thawing, when I did a regen, those layers updated, the colors updated, so that when I brought the objects back by thawing them out, they were the new layer colors. Clever stuff, isn't it? I love the way that you can do that with your layers by freezing and thawing them in the drawing.